How do you view the United States government's stance in supplying such advanced weaponry to Israel as it enters the third year of its war on Gaza?
Well, irrespective of any international condemnation, irrespective of any judgments or summons or considerations on the part of international courts, the relationship between the U.S. government, not just the U.S. administration, and Israel is ironclad. This is not necessarily based on U.S. national interests, although clearly many advocates of this relationship would argue that it is. But even those who recognize that actually the proposition that the relationship is based on U.S. interest is extremely weak, if not faulty, accept the fact that the connection between the U.S. government and the Israeli government is here to stay. It is solid, based on subjective and objective considerations. In any case, what the U.S. has consistently wanted is for Israel to preserve superiority, a qualitative edge. And therefore, the weapons sent to Israel, while Israel is engaged in acts of violence that the U.S. has effectively endorsed, irrespective of the few complaints here and there, just verbal complaints, while the supply of weapons has not stopped on the part of the administration, while Israel continues its campaign of what has been termed as being genocide, but in any case, it is war crimes at the very least. What we have is a U.S. administration that, by virtue signaling, by actions that are consistent with U.S. policy, provides Israel with what amounts to it maintaining its superiority, its qualitative edge. Mind you, Israel understands superiority as being supremacy, not just superiority, and therefore what applies to it does not apply to others. What applies to others does not apply to it, and therefore behaves exactly as if it can commit any crime with impunity. And this has been the record because it has the protection of the United States. So there's no surprise here. Joe Biden himself, throughout the past year, has shown consistently that he is a very reliable advocate of the Israeli position. Has covered Israeli lives, from the beheaded babies to command bases under hospitals. He has provided throughout, he was a mouthpiece for the Israeli narrative, irrespective of how propagandistic it has been. So there's no surprise here. Is there some ulterior motive, such as maybe hoping that Netanyahu will indulge him with a partial deal that would release some American hostages